So, now that we're back here, before we start the next match, let me just take a look up top real quick. Do you want to just go through them one by one in terms of dateability?
Sure.
Alright, we'll start from the left, go to the right. Highwayman.
Oh, for my opinion, or are we both giving opinions?
Well, I think we both give opinions.
I'm gonna say no. He's got a lot of baggage and you know, a tragic past, and
I agree.
he needs a therapist. I can't fix him.
He needs space. He doesn't really have. He's not emotionally available at the moment to be.
Yeah, he's got to find himself before he can find someone else.
Hellion is. I think if you asked her on a date, she'd say, "What's a date?" And then she'd stab you, probably.
Maybe.
I feel like she only cares about stabbing people.
If you asked her on a date, it'd have to be something like a boar hunt or something.
True.
Just go take her into the forest, and you might find something for her.
Okay, so Hellion's a good pick if you are also a Hellion in real life.
Fair.
I think that's fair to say. And then you form a tribe together, or a clan, or whatever Hellions are in Scotland Highlands.
I'm also being told that Hellion is a party girl, and that makes sense because she has like a get drunk camp skill. So
that's true.
If alcohol is involved, she'll probably be there. That's her stab other people.
Well, do we need to talk about Grave Robber?
Nope.
Yeah, okay, number one. Next. Vestal. Yeah, she seems like a caring human. She seems like a kind
She seems nice.
Personality.
She seems like if you took her on the first date, she'd ask to split the bill, not make you pay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm cool with that.
She'd treat you very much as an equal. She'd be emotionally available. She doesn't have like a whole tragic past to... And I feel like she'd really enjoy seeing the world, because she was kind of stuck in that one monastery. So she would just like enjoy, hey, you want to go to like an art gallery? She's like, yeah, I want to see art. You know?
I agree.
You could take her pretty much anywhere. Shieldbreaker.
Got the tragic past thing again.
True.
But I mean, I'd throw down. I would.
I feel like her tragic past is different, because Dismas's tragic past is something he did, whereas hers is something that happened to her.
True.
Something you did, it's much harder to be emotionally available for a relationship. Something that happened to you, she'd still have to be going through it, but, you know. There's potential there. Plague Doctor, I'll let you have the floor.
Yeah, I already said yes for this one, so I'm down.
I feel like... Here's my problem. I feel like she wouldn't date you, is the thing. Like, regardless
Probably
of
not.
what you think, you know, we can rate her anything on this. She'd say no. You could be anyone. She'd say no, because she's too busy working all the time, you know? You'd be at home cooking dinner, and it would be cold, and then she gets home at like 11 p.m., and you're like, where were you? She's I was working. I was I'm making dinner.
Man.
Yeah, I was working there.
I had when I was in college, I took chemistry, and one of my chem teachers, she was like, yeah, you know, when I was in grad school working on my PhD and stuff like that, I was at the research lab like 14 hours a day. It's like, I don't know how I stayed married. That's kind of what it would be like.
Exactly, yeah. She just would never be around. Unless...
Yeah.
Okay, same class as Hellion. Plague Doctor would be good to date if you were also a Plague Doctor in real life. And so you're both
Probably.
like working at the same sites. And it's like, hey, could you pass me the canola oil for the experiment? Yeah, here's the canola oil for the experiment. Man at Arms. Man at Arms.
No.
I feel like he'd be a good family member, not a good romantic partner.
Oh yeah, Man-Arm's the kind of guy you like if you have kids from a previous relationship, you date him, and he instantly steps into stepfather role.
Yeah, he'd be so responsible. He'd be so jovial. But I feel like he wouldn't be, you know, like he wouldn't cuddle you is the problem.
No, probably not.
Yeah. Occultist?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a well-kept man. He's a very handsome dude.
That's true.
And I said I like Plague Doctor because she's an educated woman. and Occultist is an educated man, so
That's true.
I can't say no.
I feel like he might be taken though with the skull.
He might be. It's a little weird, you know. It always has to be in the same room. It stares at you at night and stuff like that.
Turn it around. I feel like if you turned it around for like movie night so it wasn't watching, he'd get mad at you. You know.
And then excuse you, he's watching.
Exactly.
Turn back.
Yeah. And you have to ask it. You know, it gets to the point, tears in your eyes. It's either me or the skull. You got to make a choice here. And he would choose the skull.
He would.
Yeah.
And knowing what we know about him, like, how can you blame him?
It's true. It's a pretty small skull though.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, I know in the comic it showed like other skulls and stuff like that, but
because the skull he used was one of the skulls of like it wasn't like a child's skull. It was a skull of an adult who'd previously done the ritual, right? If I'm remembering correctly.
I believe so. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So I guess it was just a small adult. Leper.
I wouldn't want to touch him, but
exactly.
Like,
that's the problem. Personality, fantastic.
Yeah, he writes
probably
poetry.
the best. Yeah, probably the best dating partner mentally, but also he will kill you if he gets in. You know, if he like breathes near you.
I know it sucks. Like you have to. He's like a flower you have to admire from afar.
Yeah.
But he is king worthy. So.
Leper rank number 1 to have a crush on, and rank number 0 to be in a relationship with. I would say.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. Crusader, I mean, he already tried it, it didn't work out. We already know what happens when he is in a relationship with someone.
Reynold, do you have to day his fault again this weekend? I do. Just gets on his horse.
Exactly. But then you could start, like, I don't know, maybe it leads to you meeting his previous wife and the child, and
That's
then, like,
awkward.
you end up in, like, yeah, exactly. It's like a screaming match about, I don't know, it would just be a mess. Flagellant, no. Do we need to say more? Do you have more to say?
I'm definitely not in that. I know some people watching this will be like, hell yeah, but no, man. I am not going to the penance hall with this dude, sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's not just about, like, whatever, you like what you're gonna like. His hand is so red. That is so much blood. That's not a little blood. That's not a little, you know, yeah, I kind of like it. His hand is so fluorescent red.
Radioactive.
Yeah. It's not good. Arbalest?
Yeah, I mean, she seems pretty chill. She does. Hardworking. You know, she has medical skills. Can shoot.
That's true.
In shape. What's not to like?
What's giving me pause is her spoilers for the final boss of the game. If you don't know about it, leave. Her come onto your maker quote, if you're familiar with it. It's like, no, pick someone else or something like that.
No, well,
it's very.
I mean, they're not all brave at the end.
Let me pull it up. I have this ready actually because of something I'm doing with the video. She says, "Please know I want to live." Okay, that's not as bad as I remember.
Yeah, I can't falter. If I was in that situation, I'd be like,
fair.
"Yo, man, I came off the stagecoach for no money, and I didn't expect this crap. So please,
especially
I'd like to walk
since
out
she's
here."
probably like early 20s. You know, she's probably not. She hasn't lived like a full life yet.
Yeah.
So yeah. She's probably in the stable human tier, I would say.
Oh yeah, she's one of the most mentally stable of the entire cast. I would say.
And available as well, emotionally.
Yes.
Bounty hunter.
I feel like he'd be too career focused. Like you'd never, like you wouldn't really get through to him. Wouldn't say thank you. Be kind of like Plague Doctor, where you come home late, just covered in blood, and you're like, "What's happening?" You just like go to bed and not say anything.
Yeah, I mean, he'd say something, and he'd say, but that's, you know, what can you do with that? I feel like Bounty Hunter, in a similar vein as Man-at-Arms, he wouldn't be very good as a romantic partner, but he would be great as like I'm the little character from the TV show who's learning from him and following him around, carrying his weapons, and every now and then I like save him from a big bad guy of the episode.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely that kind of vibe.
Yeah, he'd be great to be an assistant to, but he would never treat you as an equal, and that's what the problem is, I think. Abomination.
I feel like he's misunderstood, so I give him a chance. I give him a couple dates, see where.
Yeah. You wouldn't commit to it from the first date. You wouldn't be in love with him, but you'd you'd give him a shot. I'd say that's fair.
I mean, I was talking about how I like Vestal because she probably split the bill with you. I'd pay for Abomination. I'd see the chains and like the branding and stuff. I'd be like, yo man, this one's on me. Get a beer too.
He does seem to be able to transform totally at will as well. Obviously in the game that's a thing. But it seems like even outside the game in lore, it's sort of a choice thing at this point. Because when he gets too stressed, he turns back to human,
Yeah, that's something like we've talked about before, where it feels like it should go the other way. Like, he gets afflicted, he should lose control. It's not regaining control, but I understand why they did it for a balance purpose. But I feel like, I'm not sure. It seems like he can transform at will, but then he has to change
if he does, that's just a completely good thing. Like, there's no downside. Because it's just, hey honey, don't transform today. And if someone like attacks the house, go on. You know what to do. Antiquarian, I want your opinion on this. People are going to get angry if I give my opinion on this.
I have a lot of Antiquarian simps in my community.
The whole Darkest Dungeon community.
She is definitely cute, but she would rob the shit out of you. So I am not having that that little money gremlin in my house with my stuff. I'd wake up with nothing.
I mean, she steals things. She killed the guy in the ritual in the comic, who was probably her friend, maybe a mentor. She turns tail in Darkest Dungeon 2 and starts helping the bad guys when the world's falling apart. When the chips are down, she's not there for you. She's a fair weather friend,
True.
You can admire her from afar all you like, but when you need her, she's gonna be at the bank counting dollars, I guess. I don't know.
Yes. Your dollars that are now hers.
She's gonna... Yeah, exactly. She would date you, she would. Purely to marry you and then get, like, the life insurance and the inheritance.
Yeah, she's the, she's the cute girl that dates the 70-year-old man. And, they try and pretend that it's a healthy marriage, but she's just waiting for him to die.
Yeah. And, maybe in some cases not even waiting. Just kind of taking it into her own hands, if you know what I mean.
Not just that, but she vapes, and that I'm not a fan of that. True. I don't want that in the house.
No. The whole thing will smell like watermelon. I can't handle that. Musketeer.
I do not like Musketeer as... Like, hold up. I got stuff to say. I don't like her as a character. I think she had, like, the weakest backstory and stuff like that. But... she's still a cool person with a lot of style. So, yes, I'd be in there.
I don't know if I want to keep making this video with you.
Okay, I'm pissing off the Musketeer Sims too.
Well, my hand's in the air. She's got a really cool hat, dude. She's got a slouch hat. She's got a slouch hat. It's AU, 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 chant, get the chant going. AU. So, I don't know if that makes any sense to you.
It doesn't, but I respect the enthusiasm.
Okay. I feel like I agree. She doesn't have the biggest backstory in the comic. Her backstory is basically I was in an archery competition or like a musket shooting, whatever it's called, competition. But in the game, I feel like her shouts convey she's a good leader. She's a caring person. She's got a great hat. She will heal the team. She's calm and collected. She's got a great hat. In my experience, she, for some reason, always stays low stress. Maybe because she gets a bunch of crits that heal stress. She's got a great hat. I mean, I'd put her up there. Maybe not number one, but she's got a pretty good hat, I'd say. She'd be high.
That's fine. I respect it.
And do you, have you changed your mind yet? Or...
No, I am unshaken in my resolve.
You haven't changed your mind?
No.
Okay, what if you go to Google Images and look up slouch hat?
Hold up.
Would this change your mind?
I mean, they look cool.
Yeah,
I'm not denying, but...
Yeah.
That enough to make me think she's a good character? I don't know, man.
Okay, hang on. Imagine Grave Robber if she swapped hats. Would she go up in your estimation? Grave Robber with the slouch hat.
Probably not.
Jester. Let's move on. I'm furious now, Jester.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a guy that can play music?
Yeah.
Fucking Spartan.
I feel like Canon Jester would be pretty bad to date, but Head Canon Jester would be pretty good to date, you know? Like, Head Canon Jester, oh, you know, he makes people laugh, he lightens the mood in one of the most stressful situations there is. He's good with the guitar, he's soothing, you know? But then Canon Jester is mockery, he's cut off people's fingers, cut off his own finger. Yeah, you know. Canon Jester, I feel like, is a very different person than I made up a person Jester, which is the Jester I prefer.
Well, sometimes, no pun intended, you gotta roll the dice and see what happens. You know, you don't know which Jester you're getting in that situation.
That's true. What's your favorite Jester skin?
It's a hard one. They're all pretty good.
Green one's the worst. It's good, but it's the worst.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all good. I really liked. I think I like two the most, actually. I like the purple and yellow.
Yeah.
That's the one I had picked for the character, so I must like that one the most.
The red and yellow is classic, but my favorite's probably the number 4,
three as well as
black, mainly with red.
Yeah, when I was younger, I liked the black and red and stuff like that, but then as I got older and it just became such a common like set of colors on everything, I was like, all right, dude, I gotta find other colors to enjoy.
That's true. The reason I like that color set so much is because so many characters have it. My first playthrough, I had a black and red Jester named... What was his name? It was like Minstrel Lambda. Like, you know, he's a minstrel and his name's Lambda. And then I had a grave robber named Theda Harbinger. So it's like Theta and Lambda, they're both Greek symbols. And her skin was the red and black one with purple hair. And I was like, in my head, oh yeah, they're like brother and sister, they arrived together. And that was fun. So I like being able to do that where it's like, it's the same thing with like Vestal and Crusader, where it's like they got the same color cloth, they're from the same church.
Yeah, and I really like how you approach the game. It's definitely refreshing. It sounds very enjoyable.
I enjoy it. And if anyone else enjoys it, my video series, blah, 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 blah.
No worries. I've been trying to plug it periodically. I'll do it again.
You don't need to, but cheers. Last one, Houndmaster. Dog included, by the way. The dog.
Hell
the dog
yeah,
stays,
sign me up.
So. Yeah. Again, his entire character is I'm a good person, and everyone around me was bad, and I stuck to my guns. Yeah, he doesn't have. Yeah. He doesn't have a bad bone in his body. Now, very quickly, what was I going to change about this team?